How's it going?
Pretty good.
Richard, this is Investigator Lee.
Nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you. Y'all have to excuse that I got into some installation today.
Oh man.
I'm
Yeah,
allergic to
you
installation.
Huh? Yeah, that's gotta be tough.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
happens all the
stuff
time.
will tear you up.
Yeah, it will.
Where you work? You working at? Where at?
Garrison.
That's over there, close to LSU Hospital, up close to Interstate up there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I will try to make this as short and as painless as possible.
Okay.
I can just about guarantee you it'll be painless.
Sounds good to me. And what's her name? That Detective Adams called me again, and
Yeah.
she told me that she talked to the DA about everything, and he said that he wasn't interested in me at all. So
Yeah. Okay.
that's what she told me.
All right. That's. I
Well,
can't.
as long as I tell the truth and.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I can't really address what they've got going on. You know. I mean, this is a separate issue, but I understand it's separate, but it's combined. I mean, it's sort of entangled. You know, in kind of Bossier City's mess they got going on. So.
Mm-hmm.
They told us what we need to do, and, you know, we ran the board, and the guy came and had to give them an IP address to the current.
What's your age?
I'm 24.
24. I always ask. What's the last grade you completed in school?
Correct.
The 10th.
10th.
Well, load it back up and now it's the administrator or LAU.
Give me a good address for you.
1013 Peyton, Peyton. That's Avenue.
Oh, Avenue, okay.
It's
That's
in
Bossier.
Benton.
Benton.
Mm-hmm.
What's the zip up there?
71006.
All right. First things first. Now I want you to understand something, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to advise you of your rights, okay? It's a criminal investigation, and then I know that some of the things you talked with Detective Adams about, you kind of got there's some questionable things in there as to whether or not you may be implicating yourself in some things. Not saying that you're in trouble or you're going to be in trouble, but it's as protection to you, protection to me. I'm going to read you your rights, okay? You're not under arrest today. You're not going to be under arrest tomorrow. But since it's of a criminal nature, the investigation it's not a civil issue, it's a criminal issue. I'm going to read you your rights, okay?
Okay.
It sounds like you're under arrest. That is absolutely not the case, okay?
Okay.
And like I said, I promise we're going to try to get through this as quickly as possible. You know, there's a lot of stuff I'm not interested in. You know, I'm not interested in some of that stuff Bossier City's working on. It doesn't pertain to me.
Okay.
But I'm just get you to follow along. I'm just going to start right here at the top. So before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court or other proceedings. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before questioning and have the right to have a lawyer present during questioning. You have the right to a lawyer's advice in the presence of a lawyer, even if you cannot afford to hire one. In such a case, a lawyer can be appointed to represent you. If you decide to answer questions without a lawyer present, you still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. Okay, do you understand your rights?
Yes.
Okay, and just put your initials there beside where you checked it, just out there somewhere. Are you willing to answer questions at this time?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any threats or promises been made to you, or has pressure of any kind been used to get you to answer questions or give up any of your rights? So in other words, have we made you answer any questions?
Okay, well, y'all didn't promise anything, but she kinda did.
Okay, well that's something,
That's
I'm not
different.
addressing what y'all talked about.
Okay.
I mean, I'm addressing, this is my issue,
Okay.
okay? So, you know, what y'all talked about and worked out on something else is not of my concern. But directly, have I threatened you or promised you anything to come in here and talk to me, or? Okay. Just put your initials there by that. Okay, and then right here, just print your name, and then right here, just sign it. It's just saying that I read you this sheet and that you checked those accordingly. Now, you can just witness it later, just sign off later. All right. Main thing I want to talk to you about is a two-vehicle crash that happened on May the 12th, 2012 in the parking lot of, it's a ASAP, ASAP, whatever,
Same thing.
same difference,
Yeah.
appliances. And I understand that was where you were working.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me about that. Just tell me about the wreck.
Well, I was leaving work. I was in my ex-girlfriend's car at the time, and I backed up. The truck was in the blind spot, and I rear-ended him because the way I was sitting, like the building's sitting here, the driveway's through there, the vehicle's here, his vehicle was there. I didn't see it. I backed into it because I was gonna go.
Right. Y'all were in the back parking lot.
Yes, sir.
Back there.
When I backed into him, I stopped, got out, looked, walked inside, and told him, "Hey, you're gonna be mad, but I backed into your vehicle."
Right.
He came outside, called the police, told me that he was gonna say some kind of story, and I was just okay. The police came, asked him what they asked him, asked me what they asked me. If I remember correctly, which I think I do, all I told them is I was backing up to leave, and I backed into him. The rest of the story was his.
Right. So he basically just wanted you to tell them, don't tell him any more or any less
Pretty
than
much.
what happened.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. And then he took care of the rest of the story.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did now what exactly did you do down there for him? I mean, you just worked on appliances? I mean, it's a repair
I
place,
really-
it's sort of.
I really kind of did it. I was the run around, do it all kind of person. I fixed them, cleaned them, transported them. I went and got appliances and brought them back. I'd deliver appliances. I'd be in the front selling them from time to time. I kind of did it all.
Right. Well, when Bossier City, when they came to investigate or to work the wreck back there, it was, by all indications, looked like it was just very minor. I mean, in your opinion, it just looked like a minor
Yeah,
little bump in, basically.
pretty much.
Now, the vehicle you were driving belonged to your ex. She wasn't your ex at the time.
No, we were together at the time.
Right, so that vehicle belonged to, what was,
Natalie Lieber.
okay, Natalie, okay. Now, the other vehicle, the dually,
Mm-hmm.
now that was, who actually owned that? Did that belong to the business, or as far as you know, was that
I think
Boris?
I think another guy actually, it was his vehicle. Oris owned it, but Scott was paying him to pay it. or something like that.
Okay, there's some sort of a setup deal
Yes.
to where he could get a vehicle, and that's okay too, that doesn't really matter one way or the other. But, so Scott, when you went in and told him what had happened, did he came on out and looked at him, or did he even?
He was
pretty
mad.
hot about it.
He was mad. He came out and looked at it and said, "Look, we're gonna call it." He basically told me, "I don't know what to do. We can either call the police and you can just tell them what happened, your side of the story, or you can
You just
start walking." Pretty much.
Yeah, meaning you can just look for somewhere else to work.
Yes, sir.
Is that what you took that as, or did?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so basically Bossier City showed up, and did you hear any of the conversation between Bossier City?
They had it separated, but I knew there was something going on when I seen the ambulance pull up.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't. I think it was a fire truck, not an ambulance.
Yeah, so Bossier EMS came and checked him out,
Mhm.
and did you hear him say anything about what was wrong with him? Did he tell him he was hurting, or you didn't really hear any of that conversation?
I didn't really. They had us separated. I was over here. He was over there.
Yeah, but you knew something was hinky whenever
Yes, I knew
the
something
EMS
was going
pulled
on.
up. Yeah, because in actuality he was not even outside when it happened. He sure wasn't in the truck
No.
or trying to get into the truck. So he wouldn't even known about it had you just drove off.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Not until he came outside.
That's all it was dented up. Well, it had to, like I said, it's just a little tap. You know, it couldn't have been, it wasn't much. I went back and looked at the video recorder out of Bossier City units. You know, so it was very minor. So, y'all had a conversation prior to Bossier City coming about what had happened. So he basically told you just tell them what happened, that I backed into him. Did he ever address the fact that?
Oh, he tried. He asked the Bossier City Police if they were going to write me a ticket or something of the sort.
Yeah. So Bossier City never did ask you who was anybody else in the vehicle, or was anybody in this truck, or they never asked you if it was occupied or not?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Were you prepared to answer that question if they did? Had you thought that far about it?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you never but you never revealed the part to Bossier City that you went inside and got him
No.
and
I
told
didn't.
him. You just said, I was backing up and hit the vehicle. I didn't see it.
If I remember correctly, yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. But you basically didn't volunteer any extra information. You just pretty much stuck to the plain, simple, short version and didn't expand on it, and they didn't ask for any more.
If I remember correctly, yes, sir.
Okay. But you feel like you remember correctly.